Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heroes webinar. Yes, I know it's strange that I am talking first, but I was elected. As you can see, we don't have O Connect. We will in the next few days, but in the meantime, they did not want to stop doing Heroes. I'm going to make a few statements to everyone that's watching. It's growing pretty fast, by the way. I believe we're on 8 or 9 YouTube channels right now. The main thing I want to say is, going by the last 3 appearances from Mr. Mufara, we knew what he said, that he's going to take over the reins. You're going to see things happen back and forth, people, maybe, whatever. It doesn't matter. Has no concern for us. The concern is he's taking over. He's the one we need to listen to. So if somebody tells you this happened, that happened, okay, maybe it did, maybe it didn't. In the next few days, he will be in touch with us and tell us what's going on. That's what we need to do. He's going to get more of get the ship back where it belongs. And I would recommend highly that either he does a video or he comes on a webinar or he does his own webinar, whatever. Let's try to stay behind him. That's all he asked. He said what he's doing right now, what he has planned is going to blow our mind. He said he is here to impress and change our lives. And I believe that 5.5 years ago, and I believe it even more now. When you see things changing, it's a good thing. That means we are getting back on track, whatever the reason is. Listen, we can look at something and have our own opinion, and I think this and I think that, but it's not fair for us to go off on a tangent thinking we put our 2 cents into something. We don't know the whole fact. So let's just wait. Smoke clears. We know that his main ambition now is to get us back on the track, slam that pedal to the floor, and start letting people live their dreams. So I'm pretty happy over that. We should be too. Don't read into anything. Listen, I was in a company since I was in my teens. I worked there 25 years. They changed things in the company, especially management, minimum 20 times. I've had 20 different CEO presidents. I've had, I don't know how many plant managers. This is life. Big companies do that. I think what we forget to understand is ONPASSIVE is a unicorn company at birth. All the other companies, you can go look it up and see how many years it took them to get to that level. Day one, when the merchant did work, we were moving millions in a matter of hours. So it's there. That potential is there. It was a good thing is because it'll let the world know there's a new sheriff in the town. It's a bad thing. Competitors also saw there's a new sheriff trying to get in town. So, but either way, we're in a good place. People want to be with us, trust me, and we're going to wind up happy as we can imagine. In fact, I've never seen Ash more positive in the whole 5.5 years. I'm telling you, from a personal experience, he's rocking and rolling, and he just wants people stay with me a little longer on let me get things situated, re-steer this massive ship, and you'll be impressed. I'm going to turn it back over to Comfort because that's enough for me right now. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thanks so much, Marty. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us live. And like Marty has said it, there's no need to go back to that. So to just add one quick thing, what Ash is doing here is trying to move a mountain. So let's just give him the support that he needs, the best or the least we can afford. And of course, let's keep going because it's a done deal. So Heroes Webinar Special today, here we are live on YouTube. And of course, we are highly represented by some of our family members in the house. I say some because normally we are always all together in one place. And of course, we don't have a topic. We have only the name ONPASSIVE to discuss. And so whoever takes the mic says what lies deep down their heart. So who does this first? Frank and Ponsa, bro, welcome.
Thank you, Sister Comfort, and thank you for the opportunity. It's an honor to be here and to be among these wonderful people, everybody here. I just want to say happy belated birthday to my sister Robin Noble. You're such a wonderful lady. I have a confession to make. Your voice is kind of a therapy for me. I have actually been healed from migraine just by listening to your voice. There's so many people that you've impacted. So I just want to say that. Yes, unpassive. You know, what I like about unpassive is the genuineness of our CEO. Look at how this man has brought the whole world together. United Nations of Unpassive. There's not a single country that does not have a founder in Unpassive. And look at the communal spirit that we have, the connection, the bonding, the hope that he's giving us. You won't find this anywhere. There are many people out there who need something like this. They need that community. Right now, I could just get my phone and call somebody that I can talk to. And as a matter of fact, within a few days that we haven't had all connect, some of us are living like fishes out of water. That's how we feel. Because this is a family, you know, we have family, we have friends, and we have friends who becomes family. These are friends that have become family. And you can't find this anywhere. It's not about the money, it's not about anything. It's about that bond, that connection, that spirit that we all have. And nobody could have done this than our CEO, Mr. Ashim Farah. And I keep saying that unpassive is like a magnet. Some people, you know, everybody's going to hear. You're going to hear about unpassive without listening. Even if you block your ears, you will hear it. Some will talk about unpassive without speaking it. It's going to be like a sound of music. And this is what gives me joy to be part of this company. And I keep asking myself, what would I be if there were no unpassive? But I'm just glad that I'm in. I happen to be one of the lucky ones. And I'm so grateful for our CEO for all that he's done for us and keep doing. So Sister Comfort, back to you.
Sure, thank you. You are not lucky, you are just a chosen one. They say many are called, but few are chosen. So it's not by accident you are here. It's not luck. You are just chosen. So he said something very important. Robin's voice is therapeutic. I know that if we give room to 1.4 million different ways of describing this voice. Why don't we get a dose of it right now, since she's right here with us? Sis, welcome.
Thanks, Comfort. Didn't see the running notes, did you? Frank, thank you so much for your beautiful start off. First of all, for Heroes, but also for your very kind words. I'm very deeply touched by what you said and by all the birthday wishes that everybody sent me yesterday, and I'm continuing to receive. I'm very touched from all around the world. My voice has been a blessing, and it's also been a challenge at times. And I've always hoped that it would be more helpful to others. And I've always worked with asking for God and Mother Mary to guide me with words in situations where I've had to do presentations or where I've had to advocate or be involved in decision makings and you know, that sort of thing. So I really do thank you for that. I'm very grateful for those comments. Unpassive has given me back a platform to be able to speak. Many of you know that I was involved in travel. What many don't know is that I was involved in health and wellness from an alternative, holistic side before even the travel part set in as a career. And so most of my life I have spoken, and I've spoken out. And I was very fortunate to have two parents, and a sister for that matter, who supported me when I did speak up and speak out. It took me a long time to do that because I was too young at times for the knowledge that I was trying to share. I was too young and inexperienced according to conventional methods and acceptance policies of what I was talking about, and you know, wanting other people to understand. The first time that I really became comfortable with my voice was when I was on the ships. And it was after a couple of years when I was hired by a company, sight unseen, after a 10-minute interview on the phone, because of my experience in travel and because of some of the things I said about the countries that the ship and the itinerary that I would have been joining were going to. I started to get a little bit more self-confidence and awareness of what I could do with my voice, and paid more attention to how things were said, and knowing that a word can inflict joy as well as inflict pain. And therefore there was a responsibility to using words and the correct words in situations and not to abuse that. So words and language for me were always very important, as they continue to be now. And with Unpassive, I have been able to talk and allow myself to feel comfortable in fearful situations of speaking to people again. And it started with the very first time I heard about Unpassive and started helping or wanting to help people to understand what this amazing company was all about. And in the last 5.5 years for me, since the end of December 2018, I have done my best to help where I can. And of course, that's mostly through talking, because as many people know, I'm not always the best IT person or tech savvy person when doing certain things. But Unpassive is such an amazing company through the leadership of our CEO, who is very familiar with the industries that so many people joined Unpassive from, where they did not succeed, where they did have, I'm going to say, failures. And I use that word advisedly because we were not able to achieve the walk across the stage commission checks and other accolades that those other companies or that industry afforded those who either knew how to get around it and that sort of thing. And Ash had major experience in all of that and has built Unpassive to help and allow everybody to benefit. So I think the doorway of Unpassive opened already to those who were ready to listen and who were looking and who were open to something wonderful happening, to help themselves, which Ash has always said first, and then to help their families and to create legacies in their own families, in their communities, and in the world through humanitarian efforts. But I think the floodgates haven't even reached halfway proportion of what industries and what other people are about to see and are going to want to be part of as we continue to move forward and show and describe and implement the products that are coming to and for us. So thank you so much for having me here with you today. And I look forward to listening to everybody else here on the panel. And I look forward to the next steps and phases in Unpassive. It's a very exciting time from my perspective with all that is happening. Thank you, Comfort.
Sure. Thanks so much, sis. You've been talking since yesterday, and we're happy the voice is still intact. And of course, we're going on and on and on. So let's hear from Mr. Mana.
Thank you, Comfort. Just want to greet everyone who is online. Robin, you know, your voice, as Frank said, is really infectious. So I think a lot of people really learn when they hear your voice. They just want to listen and listen and listen. So it's really good. We're really blessed to have someone like you in our midst. Yes, so I just want to talk about the journey, you know, because we are really in a moment where I think most of the founding member and affiliate, really need to know where they have come from. You know, when we look at where we started, especially those who came earlier, I always mention Peter Rogers, and Robin confirmed yesterday that Robin also was one of the early birds. You know, Madi Digamo, you know, most of those people saw nothing. You know, there is every reason for us to believe in ONPASSIVE, especially those who started from the beginning where there was just nothing, no website. They listened to only what Mr. Farah said. You know, based on their faith and belief, we had a platform now we can even call our own, and a website, and All Connect. We can say All Connect now is our home. Yes, things are down, but we know it will spin up very soon. But when we look at that, you know, the journey up to this moment, there is every reason. There is no reason we even need to complain. You know, we don't even have one iota of doubt to say Mr. Ashmore Farah is ready to deliver this. For those who are still doubting, it means you've really lost track of the journey. When you want to sit back and say, oh, why is it like this? Take 2 steps back, look at where you started. Ask yourself, how many products did you have from the beginning when you joined? Ask yourself a lot of questions, because IT company is not like a snap of the finger and you see everything in front of you. If you are not happy where you are now, then you are not going to be in a startup company, because every startup company must have a journey in their life. You know, we always said every glitter is not gold. Those companies will call you and say, come, there is something for you. No, they started maybe 15, 20 years ago. And I always ask myself, if you still keep on looking for people to come and join, then there is something wrong with that company. Because if you started earlier, you don't need anybody anymore. Apple don't need anyone. We always buy the product, we come as customer. They will not say, oh, come in, you are affiliate this. Amazon don't even think about it. Though, yes, people go in. But do you think they really care if you come in or not? If you don't come in, you will still buy the product. Mr. Ashmore Farah shut the door. You know, he said, no, we don't need it anymore. He said, we will open an affiliate program if you want. But the founding member, you know, no more. Startup company has a journey. Every company has their journey. ONPASSIVE is not different from that journey. We joined in, there was something, and you cannot just, you know, twist and turn and say, this is it today. Take it and go with it. No, it doesn't happen like that in every IT company. They have a journey of building their software, their program, and a lot of things. And it involves a lot of things, not only building it, there's a lot of technicality, compliance, and, you know, regulations and stuff. So when you are in and you're not enjoying this journey, take a step back, look at where you came from. The last founder joined 2 years ago, and we are still in there 6 years. The company is still waxing strong. There is no reason why you have to doubt anything. Where we are now, there is no turning back. If you look back and you say, no, you want to turn, you say, no, I'm tired and I'm fed up. It's like someone who swim across a stream. You know, when you get to the shore, you say, you know what, I don't like the shore, I want to swim, but you drown and that, as like Frank said, tell me the alternative. If you don't, there was no ONPASSIVE, do you really have an alternative? I don't think it's there. There is nothing out there. And there is a saying that every glitter is not gold. Everything that glitter is not gold. ONPASSIVE is not that thing where you say, oh, it's a shiny object. They build it, and the time when ONPASSIVE will show that shining, there will be no room for anyone to come in. So this is the time we take the opportunity, enjoy the journey. Yes, there will be things happening, but it is the process. There is nothing. Life is not easy. You know, there's always a saying, they say, never you wish for life to be easy, because it will never be easy. But always wish that as much as life is getting difficult, there is a way for you to get a breakthrough. We always pray for breakthrough in life. We don't pray for life to be easy, because it will never happen. You know, but he said, in that difficulties, let there be breakthrough for me. And ONPASSIVE will have that breakthrough. It is happening. I said, when all this mud, this hurdle will pass, the end road will be beautiful. And they are doing because of us. ONPASSIVE, Mr. Ashmore Farah doesn't need this. I always said, we can decide to say, all right, we are tired, abandon it, go. He will become the world richest man. He doesn't need us to build ONPASSIVE. He doesn't need us. He doesn't need the founder. Because he can go on his own, make it a traditional business, and still grow and become the world richest man. Elon Musk didn't need anybody. Tell me how many founders did Tesla have? It's all about him. So we have to just step back, look at the positive side of Unpassive, know that there is a journey in everything. We started with Go Founder, with Go Founder, move into O Founder, move into minimum value, market value, you know, moving with data center and all of those things coming into place. You know, that is how you build a business, bringing everything together so that people can start to benefit and participate. Thank God we are founding member, you know, into Unpassive. Thank God we even find this opportunity, the opportunity find us. There are people who will come after us and say, my goodness, I wish I was part of this company. I wish I saw it, to even come in for 1,000 or 10,000 US dollars. But God gave it to us for nothing. The only thing, we just need to sit quiet, you know, listen, to follow our Ash Mofara, because he is the only person we should listen to. Forget about the noise out there. If Miss Ashfara say it, we follow. If he said this is it, we follow it, because he is the owner of the company. He is the CEO and he is the master. He is the one steering the ship. So I will close my ears and keep my eyes, you know, open to the big picture, which is ready, you know, about to happen. The only thing, we just have to be grateful and smile. That is it. I'll leave it to you, Comfort. Take it over.
Sure, thank you. Thanks for going back to make that a recap again of the journey where we, sorry guys, where we came from and where we are now. And this helps go a long way. So guys, for you in the chat, whatever you have in your heart, just drop it. And of course, we'll appreciate it and your opinion counts. Sorry guys, I don't know what's happening. Unpassive has to move on. So let's hear from Andy Berks, bro. Welcome.
Hi everyone. Happy Sunday. Do you know, I have to say I've never been classed as a chosen one before, so I want to get that out in the open before we go any further. But interestingly enough, I was chatting to a very good friend of mine the other day, and there are several different thought processes here. So if you were given an opportunity that you knew was going to take 6 years to come to fruition, how many people would have actually taken that? How many people would have actually stepped up to the plate, as we all have, and done that? Because if you'd have known it was going to take 6 years, most people have gone, nah, I'll find the next shiny object. And I think that's quite key here, because, you know, for us, we don't know everything that's going on. We only know a small fraction of what's going on. But I think all of us here, and many of those that are listening, actually listened to what Ash had to say all those years ago, and caught the understanding, caught the vision of what he wanted to try and achieve. And we believed that he could do just that. And lo and behold, all right, we're 6 years down the line here, but at the end of the day, he's delivering on exactly what he wanted to achieve. And over time, that's morphed. That's become bigger and better and bigger and better and bigger and better and bigger. Each time creating a new top, a new top, a new top. And as I said, we know a tiny fraction of really the overall picture here. But for me, I've never been as excited as I am right now, because I know that I've done 5 years already, and the interesting thing for me is it's kind of we've seen the journey, we've seen it morph, and that's an exciting part as it stands. But knowing the next step, and the fact that we're going to start to see money pouring into the accounts. The business is just going to explode. As Marty mentioned, we got a unicorn company from launch. Not many companies can say that. Christ, how many companies actually ever get to that? Very, very, very few. But this is, or will become, I have no doubt, a $1 trillion company over time. But interestingly, I think the excitement is now, right now. We're on the edge, the cusp of this exploding into something that we've believed would happen all this way along the line, but now it's coming to fruition. And that is, for me, guys, this is the most exciting part of the journey that we've been on. And yes, I've loved the rest of the journey, and we've stayed the course because we understood and saw what Mr. Mufara was trying to achieve, and believed that he would do exactly that. So I love it. I absolutely love it. So thank you, Comfort. Back to you.
Thanks. Thank you, Andy. So let's hear from our own Mr. Bob Tapusi. Welcome, bro.
All right. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. This is your brother Bob. I'm from Bel Air, Maryland. Sister Comfort, it's a pleasure seeing you. Everyone, Brother Maddy, the big dog, is in the house. Mr. Peter Rogers, Collins, Oliver, Andy, Frank, everybody. Sister Robin, good to see you. That voice of yours, let me tell you something that I've flirted with in my mind. I think I've voiced it out to maybe Brother Maddy or somebody. I've been thinking of starting a petition to immortalize that voice, so we can use it as the greetings for O Connect. That's something that I thought, and I said maybe we should, instead of hearing the other voice that we are hearing, that thing that says like greetings, where they welcome to O Connect, maybe it should be Robin's voice. What do you guys think? I'm just speaking my thoughts aloud. So if you agree, then we'll start a petition and send it to Mr. Ash. Let's see what's in my mind. Yeah, Mr. Ash came out yesterday. We saw the notification that's in the back office. So there's one thing, when I followed the Run Omino webinar on Friday after that notification, when Mr. Ash was speaking, when he starts immediately, for me, looking at it from a security and a compliance perspective, I got what is inside Ash Mufara's mind right now. Remember, about a couple of weeks ago, he told us he was taking charge, was in control, right? So when he begins that webinar, he makes a mistake, but he tells me what is in his mind. He was trying to talk about how emotion and motion are genetically, related and stuff like that. But he made a mistake. Instead of saying DNA, he said NDA before correcting himself. NDA is the non-disclosure agreement. When you talk about non-disclosure confidentiality agreements, that's how you put guardrails around your company. Now he's taking it over and he's making sure they sign these agreements. People who are involved or close to him, they have to sign this confidentiality non-disclosure agreements. That's just something that came up in my mind that I thought, he's really serious about taking charge and being in control. So that's one thing. That's number one. And then we looked at the notification that came out. In fact, Collins, myself, Oliver, Vincent, we huddled together real quick and we analyzed that statement. That means there are big things coming. When we saw the website went down, we saw the notification. The only thing that told us that something big was happening next. When they talk about doing the migration, improving our systems, our platforms, everything, then they say stay tuned for upcoming enhancements. That means to us, to me, that means when the OES comes back up, we are going to see lots of surprises, So you should get ready for the excitement to begin. It's taking us this while since 2018. Mr. Ash has been working on this goal, and you see, like Collins told us in the life cycle of ONPASSIVE, the journey, he's getting advanced. He's been advancing the ball gradually, yard by yard by yard. He's now inside the red zone and is heading into the end zone for the touchdown. It's going to come anytime from now when we see this website. And then he told us also that we should stay positive, surround yourself with positive. That was his message, He was just asking us to stay positive, get positive people around you, elevate yourself, evaluate yourself. If you stay any 5, 10, 15 minutes, you start thinking negative, evaluate yourself, come back home. Stay focused, stay focused. That is the dream. Stay focused, evaluate yourself, constantly evaluate yourself, surround yourself with like-minded people. Because we are lifetime friends now, whether we like it or not. If you are down or anything, call one of us here. Let's uplift each other, And then he gave this quote about your attitude. Yeah, our attitudes collectively, our attitude, and it helps him too. You know, he says your attitude. It is not your attitude or your what does that? It says it is your attitude, not your attitude or your aptitude. It is not your attitude. It just left my mind. It has to do with your attitude, and your aptitude gets you to your altitude, something like that. So, you know, let's have a good attitude, a positive attitude. I think that's what the message was just, he was just trying to give to us, you know. So we should circle ourselves with people of like-mindedness, you know. And then there's working with some incredible, a lot of things are happening. He told us a lot of things are happening. So we should just be patient, be focused, be supportive. And he actually asked us, he wants us to just believe, support. He needs our support, prayers, love. That's all what Mr. Ash is asking. So now, and then that leads me to, okay, something that I've developed, which I call the Ash Mofara doctrine. What is this doctrine? This man, he has been inculcating in us for the past 6 years. The Ash Mofara doctrine, that attitude of uplifting humanity. Have we gotten it? Because now the floodgates are about to open. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Do you understand what Ash Mofara's doctrine is? Because the gift that he's given us, we cannot never pay him back. Are you ready now to what we call pull an ash after you fill your tank? Or even before, for some people, they're going to start doing it before they fill their tank. Are you ready for that? You know, and then I'll just end with Mr. Peter Rogers' quote as we spoke last week in our usual sessions, when he talked about unpassive is a Ferrari. It's a Ferrari. It's a fast, smart, fast car. But the wheels have been put in the Ferrari, and now it's ready to go to the highway. They are doing the alignments, making sure the finishings, everything is finished. You know, the pistons, they're starting up the pistons, making sure the pistons are hitting the cylinders to the engine so that the car has maximum torque in auto industry metaphor. That's where we are. And when this thing happens in the next few days, like Brother Marty said, maybe 2-3 days from now, I think we're going to be in a totally different place. You see how that Johnny Collins talked about how it has morphed to where now the world truly is going to begin to notice us. Back to you, Sister Comfort.
All right, thank you so much. So guys, really quick, something just came to mind. I think this is the very first time of us streaming the Heroes webinar live. So if you're first time, everybody who is sitting here, we are all affiliates or early affiliates of a company. And what we're discussing here, we are just sharing our excitement, making commentaries, we're making maybe saying things as we hear the CEO say. We're not officially assigned to say anything here on behalf of the company. So you don't quote anybody and say this person says this on behalf of the company. We are just making analysis. We're sharing excitement of something that lies deep down in our hearts. So on this note, I hand it over to my sister Fumi. Welcome, sis.
Thank you very much, Sister Comfort, and thank you, everyone. It's a privilege and an honor to be here. My voice is not too good today, but I am excited to be here and excited to be sharing my heart. And I know some people have already picked up on some of the things I wanted to say. Take, for example, the journey. When you sit down and look at yourself as an affiliate, where you started from when you joined ONPASSIVE and where you are right now, what do you see? Do you have it jotted down somewhere? Because this journey, you are not going to repeat it. It's a once in a lifetime occurrence, and that is it. The most important thing is, what are you doing with this journey right now, it is important that you know what you are doing with the journey. And it is important also for you to document your journey, your personal journey, because you have a personal journey. Brad Collins mentioned about the company's journey. What is your personal journey with the company? What is your personal journey while in the company? What is your personal journey right now? Those are things that you need to, because you will have to say that story. Will you be able to tell the story? Will you be, how will I call it, accountable enough to be able to tell that story to not probably your grandchildren, your children, your generations, or anybody else that is going to be coming? So I think that is all I have on my mind, that this journey is very precious. It's a once in a lifetime occurrence. You are not going to go through this journey again. So, what are you doing? Do you know what your journey is? What is your journey like? You know, there was a time Brad Collins was mentioning that. Do you remember when we used to talk about the products, but there were no products? You know, but we talk about products every weekend, taking each one and, you know, talking about them, talking about what the features are, talking about what they did. And now we've started seeing not just product, but products, you know, their products. So, what is your journey? Are you journaling your journey with Unpassive? I'll leave it there, Sister Comfort. Over to you. Thank you.
All right, sure. Thank you so much, sis. Thanks. I think people need to think. I never thought about what your personal. Thank you. So let's hear from Peter Rogers. Welcome, bro.
Thank you, Comfort. Thanks for inviting me, everybody. Obviously, I'm very honoured to be part of the Heroes webinar. I'm with them every week, and I'm pleased to be, with them. I just want to go on from what Fumi was just saying a minute ago. About the journey. This has been a long journey. We've, all these people on the panel here now have come in different dates on this journey. I was one of the early birds, one of the really early birds. The same with Martin and a few others, but obviously some of these people here on the panel have been through the journey and come in at different times, and what a journey it's been. But what I want you to sort of look at about this journey, you've got to remember, as affiliates, we are part of the history of ONPASSIVE. We are going to be, people are going to come to us and say to us, were you involved in ONPASSIVE when it first got started? Okay, and that's the story you've got to remember. This is just a journey. As we progress, as we go forward, when ONPASSIVE is, it's massive now, and obviously as we go forward, people are going to be coming in, and it's going to be a lot easier for them because they haven't had to do the journey that we've done. It's been a fantastic journey. I'm excited about it like the rest of this. Okay, but it is important to remember this journey because later on, we're going to want to hear some of the stories of you being involved in this journey. And I'm sure Ash will want to hear the stories as well, how we've coped with the ups and downs of ONPASSIVE. And, so there's not really a lot I can say and what I can actually add to what these guys have already said. It's things are definitely happening, obviously, with the OES. We haven't had it. And I can tell you now, I've missed the OES over the last 2 or 3 days. I try and log into my OES every day, and I'm chewing my fingers and thumbs because I can't get in, but we know when it comes, it's going to happen and it's going to be massive, and, as we all know, you just look at ONPASSIVE, look at the old bigger picture that, you look at all the branding that's been going on around the world, you look at Dubai and look at what's going on there. This is a massive, massive business. Okay. And what's happening now at the moment is the tweaks to get it absolutely spot on how Ash wants it. He's in control of what he wants to see. Okay. And that's what we're waiting for. And the future is going to be bright for everybody. I'm excited like the rest of these guys. And I can't really add to it, as I said, no more to what all these guys have already said. So I'll pass it back to you, Comfort, and thank you very much for inviting me.
So thank you, Pete. Thanks so much. So guys, if you have any question at all, we cannot do Q&A here because it's a bit tricky. But if you have questions that you think it's worth answering, just drop them in any chat or on the chat section on any YouTube channel you're watching from. I'll personally go around and have a look. If attention, I'll get the team, I'll put a team together within the week to get that done for us. But as of now, we can't go into Q&A because it's not going to be possible. So let's hear from our brother Oliver. Welcome, bro.
Oh yeah, thank you very much, Sister Comfort, and I want to thank everybody that is here on this panel, the heroes that you hear, and for all those who are watching us all over the world. Kudos, and I want to say, you know, we are in that moment in our life in Unpassive that, you know, we know that it's a done deal, and we are fine. You know, I've never been excited. I've always been excited, but the last two outings of our CEO, in fact, my body is burning with joy that in fact, finally we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, yesterday, Collins, Bob, and myself, we were like 8 to 9 hours walking with Unpassive. It's like we are in Hyderabad or Dubai or Egypt, brainstorming. Things were happening. People were writing in chat. You know, some go somewhere like in a panic mode. This, that, please, let me say this. Mr. Ashmofara told us, listen to what he says. Don't listen or follow employees, Unpassive employees. Whatever Mr. Ashmofara says stands. That is where we are supposed to be. That is who we are supposed to follow. Go to the back office. Look, and let me say this. In the corporate world, I've been in the corporate world most of my life. Changes happen. And a good CEO will always reshuffle, will always restructure. And with those restructured, there's something in the corporate world that is quarterly. You must give a quarter report. In the production world, in IT production world, you have daily reports. Collins will come and analyze or say what he did the previous day and what he has to do that day, his task for that day, and what he did yesterday. So there's always accountability. And when things are not moving the way they're supposed to move, they are always shifting things around. So please calm down. We are in a very good, better place. And we have a CEO who is very, very proactive. He knows what is going on. He came out and he told us. He came out and he told us, let me say it again, that he has taken control. When he said that he has taken control, the old tech pros, we assemble ourselves. There were things that we saw before. We discussed them and we tried to imagine. Like I said here yesterday, we were like 8 to 9 hours from 8 a.m. in the morning. Bob Collins and myself were like till around past 5 p.m. yesterday. It was like, it's my normal Monday to Friday that I'm working, you know, but it gives me joy. It gives me joy because this is my company. This is my business. I have to put in this energy. Look, guys, positivity produce results. When you are positive in life, you have positive results. When you hang around positive people, you must have challenges. And when you have challenges, you challenge your brain. Unpassive is that type that you have to ask that when. And when you ask that when, go to your back office. Go to webinars. Listen to the webinars that you know that they will give you good results. And when you come again, when you ask when, people always ask that when, because they want that they should chew everything and give it to them. They don't want to attend webinars. They don't want to, like, when Ash comes out, they don't want to listen. We work, I go to work. We all work. We are all in the workforce today. We are working. We have things that we are doing. We have kids. We have family. We have grandchildren. Look at our big brother, Madi Digamo. With grandkids, every day you hear him, they're making noise, but he works about 12 or 13 hours a day because of Unpassive. So why can't you take that 1 hour or 30 minutes every day of your time? Go to your back office. Ask those challenging questions. Call Bob, call Maddie, call Comfort, call Fumi, call Frank, call anybody. You know, I know Chris Johnson and Collins are the people answering all the calls. Their life is on phone all the day because people call them. But, you know, always challenge yourself with unpassive questions. When you challenge yourself with those unpassive questions, you will get the answers. You know, so please, you know, there's a saying also in Job 38:12 that you have that power to command your day and your week and your month and the rest of your life. If you don't have that power to command yourself positively, then you are a failure. Unpassive is that word that is your business, that you have to face those challenges and command yourself. That pray for Mr. Ash Mufara that God should give him that wisdom to be able to handle whatever challenges. I was talking to Collins this morning. I was thinking, I pity him. I pity because for what we've seen for the past 2 weeks and what he has told us, we can imagine being in the corporate world. We can imagine what he is going through. And we have to pray for him and ask for God to give him that wisdom. We should also, that patience that we have, we should continue to have that patience because of the belief of unpassive that we got from the time when each and every one of us got into unpassive. That belief and that faith. I always talk when I want to talk. I always talk about faith, hope, and beliefs. Please, we should be happy. Mr. Ash told us that it's on. It will be sooner than you think. Don't ask me sooner when. No. Go and think. Go and listen. Go and listen to what he said. My brother Bob just talked about that. Peter Rogers said it the other day about the Ferrari, that they're mounting the tires. The tires are already on. It's on motion now. Look, in the IT world, when you talk about migration, that they're migrating from AWS, don't ask that question, where are they taking it to? Think. They must not chew everything and give it to you, my brothers and sisters. Think. Has he ever told us that we have an AI cloud data center? You must not come and be asking me those type of questions. You have to understand where it's going to. You understand? So please, I'm so proud and I'm excited. I'm excited because we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And let me quote Mr. Ash Mufara, you cannot climb the ladder with your hands in your pocket. We have to go through all this process to be where we are today. We have to go through, have to face those challenges. I enjoy when we face those challenges. That's why yesterday, the three of us, we were like 8 to 9 hours on the phone talking. We left and we saw something again in the social media. We came back again from the employee. We came back, the three of us came back again, discuss about it. You know, that is how you have to. This is my business. And I have to have that root, that foundation, that playing field that if it lands, it's unlimited. And I will know what to do to put things in place. Sister Comfort, thank you very much. And I'm very happy. Everybody should be fired up because where we are fine. Thank you.
Wow. That was powerful, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks. And of course, guys, we have just gone through the very first round. And I would just like to, so we're taking the last round now, guys. What we should be taking in consideration, or who we should have in mind with anything you say now, is the people who just freshly joined Unpassive and pass us by, those who are still waiting on the fence, those who will stumble on this video. What reason would you give them to have a look at what Mr. Mufara is offering the world? So meanwhile, your own part, Marty, I have a quick follow-up. Earlier on, Robin said that Unpassive has given her back a platform to speak from, to use the voice of hers. I think she had used it for the past couple of years. And then here comes a platform again. This comes back to a topic we've been discussing a lot. Unpassive makes you to dream again, to have hope again. Whatever thing you ever wanted to do or you lost it at some point, Robin is a clear testimony. Is that something you
can? I can comment on anything. Are you kidding? Great things everybody was saying. Yeah, no doubt. It's, part of my life before Unpassive pretty much matches up with Robin's in a different way. I was in a company. I traveled the world. I met people around the world. Best thing that could have happened to me. And I loved it. I loved going to Russia and all these different countries and meeting people and finding out that maybe the news wasn't telling me the truth, that people are people. And it was a big deal. And I lost that all in one day. And I thought, man, I hit my peak at 42. That's not quite right. And what happens 15 years later or whatever I find Unpassive finds me? And now where am I at? I'm in a business with people all around the world. So I got it back a plus some. So yeah, I'm going to tell you, you know, for me personally, when we started here in the last 3 weeks, some of the statements made by my brother, Ash Mufara, I was happy, truly. Now, I want to tell you, yeah, okay, there's 5.5 years, there's 6 years, there's 4, 3, 2 years. Everybody's been here a minimum of over 2 years as founders. It isn't a date. If you're plugged in and you see and you know and you want to know what's going on in your business, nothing should shock you. Nothing ever came up that we would go, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. I trusted him 5.5 years ago. I trust him more today. There were things that went through my mind during this journey. I said, I don't know if I would have, and this is my experience from whatever, and I'm not at that level. I get it. But now when I've heard the last 3 or 4 weeks, actually, I know the site's down and some people doom and gloom. I am happier than I've ever been in Unpassive. I'm not kidding. I think where we're at, what's going on, is happening, should happen, needed to happen. But let's remember something. What can we do? Know your business. Hang with people that push you. They push you to be better. Hang with people you can trust. And I'm not saying hang with family, hang with your cousin, hang with your sister. I'm saying hang with anyone that enhances what you believe and they push you. If you go through a whole day and you're comfortable, you're not doing anything. It's okay to be uncomfortable. That's how you grow. I remember walking in meetings and there's shareholders there. I'm 20, 30 years old. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, they know me. They don't know me. I walked in, I talked to them like I belonged there, even though my knees were knocking back and forth and I was ready to throw up. But once I did it, guess what? The next time it was a little easier. And you build your own confidence. I believe Unpassive is a confidence builder between all of us. The main reason I wanted to start Shine the Light, supposedly, you know why? Most people, and this is just fact, I'm not Einstein, most people have something to offer. But that shell around them has got so hard, they believe this is as good as it gets, whatever it is. This is as good as it gets. I can work 40 hours, party on Saturday, recover on Sunday, and go back to that freaking job on Monday. That's what people have settled for. Unpassive is totally different. Unpassive, if someone can't see their potential, shine a light on them. Let them talk once, let them talk twice. Let them know they have something to offer. I'm telling you, from the beginning of a webinar of Shine the Light to the end of it, which is only an hour and a half, 2 hours, the people on the screen come across more confident. They're sitting up higher in their chair, and you crack that nut just a little bit. And the more we do that across Unpassive, because you are the ones, whoever's watching this, you're the one that's going to make the impact in the world through a system that Mr. Mufara made, right? I mean, we're the ones. He can't possibly do it all himself. So I think it's very powerful. You know, gold takes about minimum 1 billion years to form. Diamonds, about the same thing. Unpassive's not going to take 1 billion. I think we're right there. I'm sure we are. But if you want diamond results, gold results, these are things we do and have to do to get where we need to be. But we need to push, we need to get people, shine people, let people know they matter. And, you know, I do talk to Ash a lot. And I'm telling you, my experience, he never talks about him. He talks about founders and people in the organization. And he's so positive. If 99 of the people founders are worthless and a pain in the butt, he's focused on the one. And when he meets somebody, if you have 9 things about you that are just worthless, he doesn't see it. He goes to the 1%. Wow, that guy's really good at this. Hoping that will overcome your other 9 that you have a problem with. But does he try to change anybody? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's a waste of time. This is things I talk to people about all the time. Well, this guy said this and this guy believes this. And I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm not here to change their mind. I'm here to let them know if you come with us, you're going to live the life that you only dreamt of. You're going to get the things come true that you've been wishing for. And trust me, the value of Unpassive, it's been said here by 7 or 8 people. The value of Unpassive is feeling like you lived and feeling that you can make a phone call and thousands of people have got your back. Thousands truly have your back. The family resemblance is uncanny. Some of us are taller, shorter, whatever. But what unites everybody in Unpassive is the heart that started by Mr. Mufara, and it went out and looked for other people that had the heart. Did they have the courage? No, some didn't. Would they get on camera? Nope, not at all. Wouldn't even put their name on the camera. Look what happened. You can't tell me that the value of the company and the journey wasn't worth billions of dollars, whether one dime comes in or not. People have come in Unpassive and lived a better themselves than they did before they got here. I did. I can see people that did. Now, on top of all that, guess what? To make more money than you ever dreamt of. It's a powerful thing, and we're already there. When people come to me and, well, you're not getting all these negative things. You know why? On my call, on my number, it says, do not call if you're negative. Out of order. I will not accept negativity. I'll accept I need help. I'll accept I don't understand. You start a sentence with me, I think this, I think that, I think this, I think goodbye. I think go talk to somebody else. And I'm telling you, if anybody here would do that, those people will stop. Negativity is the worst thing of all. Ash brought it up. He said, follow people that make you feel good about being you. When you go to them or you talk to the OTech pros or Comfort, everybody here, by the way, you go to them, I guarantee people leave feeling better than they did when they came. You know, it sounds like a little thing. It's earth shaking. Look at where we've come. Look at the core we call the core of people. There was a core, 10 people, 100 people, 500 people. That core has grown massively in the last 6 months, a year, 2 years. Why was it? I said it. I have people sharing my vision. You can't share the vision if you don't believe it. That's why you'll see people, I know this is great. I know this is great. And something bad happens. I go, I knew that was going to happen. Now, you got to be one or the other. The truth comes out. During bad times is when I really learn about somebody. Because if I'm feeding you donuts and cake and you're happy, well, shit, you should be happy. But when crap hits the fan and you turn that quick, just turn that quick, who are you really? Those are the people you want to be careful of. I did not put this company together. I know the guy that did pretty well. He hasn't lied to me ever. And if there was a sacrifice to make, I'm going to tell you the scale. It cost him maybe hundreds of millions, and it cost me time, a little bit of patience. But the outcome is, I know at the end of my journey, our journey, it's going to be pretty darn bright. And those people that, oh, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you. And then as soon as something happens, and they don't even know what it is, oh my God, I knew that was going to happen. Stay away from those people. You can't change them. And by the way, you rub up against negativity long enough, you start to become a little negative. So don't do it. Help, edify, lift people above yourself. But when they go beyond that, you find out who they are. This was the best thing that could have happened, because I've got some very little sent me emails that were, I had to look again and see what their name was, because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But then I went, I never speculate who somebody is. I don't read a book and judge it. I don't read the cover. I wait until they do it. But a true person will come out when they think something's not quite right. And I know none of you budged. When the SEC came, nobody budged. We had a few, they quit. Good. But let's stick together, keep doing what we're doing. This was a very important webinar. Only 340 people showed up, but it will be seen by thousands. Let's focus on what we know and what we can do. What can we do? We can help each other. We can edify each other. We can push each other. Because I guarantee the respect you get is when times are not as good. Everybody's happy when they're happy, right? When it's great times. You're going to go up and down in countries. Listen, I've had maybe 25 general managers, maybe 10 presidents in the company I was in. And I never focused on, I focused on me. What can I do to make it better for me? I have no control over that. So I think we're all doing good. This was needed. This was a good webinar to let people know we're not going anywhere. We have rock solid people. You have a few. I see them in post. Should they be kicked out or should they be warned? No, they should be kicked out and never come back again. I'm tired of warning. I don't want to warn anybody. I had a guy pop on the other day and said, I think blah, 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 click. I didn't just kick him out. He doesn't exist. There's other places for you. Go there. I don't need a sewer plant in the middle of something great. And some people just spew garbage and nasty and trash. Yeah, let's all do that. Help people that really want to be helped. They want to be guided. But there's no more time of cuddling up to somebody because they have I don't believe this, I don't believe, okay. If you don't believe after this much time, you're not going to. And guess what? Quit. You know how shocking that is to somebody when they call me? Well, what would you do? What? Believing like you? Yeah, I'd quit. Freaking, I'd be gone with this horrible freaking business. The freak are you talking to me for? Stop playing the games with people. This is important. We're on our way. And what the sad thing is, I keep telling us, well, if you quit, it's a smaller pool and more people coming in. It's not going to hurt me any. Might even be better. But really, we just got to take care of each other. Be strong. You know, I told people 5 years ago, I went to my family and they won't listen to me. Your family's a blockhead. They don't know. They don't understand it. They're not going to listen to you. And why go after somebody you know is coming in anyway? I got a bunch of big marketers. Oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. They're calling me now. Hey, what's going on with that? Why would they ask me that? One is I don't talk to them. I don't bring it up. Second one is I'm still in and they can't figure out why. I win. And they're going to win too because they're coming in. I already put them on the sheet. Okay, he'll be in, she'll be in, and he'll be in, and she'll be in. When? I don't know, year, 6 months? But people that understand business will be cramming this place. You see the OTech pros? Those type will be coming into this company by the hundreds of thousands. People that understand what's going on, once they see it and we're running, you're not going to have to worry about anything about, oh, are we going to make money? You have to worry about what you're going to do with that money. That's all. That's it. So, no, great webinar. And I think I'm done.
Thank you, Marty. So, guys, I'll just take it as I see you on the screen. So, Sister Fumi, you are the next to make a quick closing remark. Thank you.
To be honest, I don't know what else to say because everything has been said. But most importantly, I want to pick up on what Bramati said there. Watch those that you mingle with. You understand me? Those they either can rub off on you or you rub off on them. Stay focused. Know who you are and why you came into Unpassive and who you are in this journey. It's very, very important as an individual and know what your journey is or has been with Unpassive. If you're not sure of anything, go to the back office. If the CEO has not said it, you did not hear it and you cannot comment on it. I will leave it there. Thank you very much, Sister Comfort.
Sure. Thanks so much, sis. Over to you, Brother Frank.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. Just to pick up from what Brother Oliver said, there are three things that have emboldened my faith and my hope in Unpassive. That's me personally. The very first one is I believe our CEO has signed a personal contract with his maker that this is what he wants to do. He's on a mission. That is what he wants to do. That gives me faith. The second one is me and you, all of us. He's doing this for us. Do you think he's going to disappoint you? I know he won't. That gives me hope. And the very third one is he's somebody who does not listen to negativity. He doesn't have time for that. You know why? Because he said he has so much good to offer to this world. Why should he waste his time on negativity? And these are the three things that personally has emboldened my faith and my hope in Unpassive. I know he's working for me and he's working for all of us. So we should keep calm. And thank you, Sister Comfort.
Sure. Thanks, bro. Thanks. So over to you, Andy.
I want to take it from the business perspective because I love the family. At the end of the day, we've become a family, as Marty pointed out, and it is very important to know, for me, that you've got all of these people have got your back. But from a business perspective, I've dealt with many company directors, presidents, vice presidents, etc. over the years, and I've never met a man with vision that is so determined to achieve what he set out to achieve. Now, interestingly enough, the ones that I have met are very focused on their own business, and most of them have very little time for their employees. That's not necessarily a bad thing, and I'm not saying it is a bad thing. I'm just explaining that most CEOs and most presidents have that thought process that yes, they want to achieve, but they're not particularly thinking about their employees or their partners. They're focused on their job. They're focused on that ethic. We have a CEO who has a focus on us as well as the business. And I'll be honest, in 35 years of being in the finance industry, I've never seen that before. But for me, this business and everybody here on this platform has tried something in the past. Everybody here has either been into a business that's either closed or never made any money from that business and gave up. For me, and I'm sure for all of you guys and those on here right now, this is a business that I took a very small leap of faith to learn more. And that's all that anybody actually has to do. You know, Chris used this analogy last week about if you're going to go buy a car, you want to test drive it. So coming into ONPASSIVE, it's a test drive. Doesn't cost you anything to come in and have a look. And if once you've come in and taken a look and realized that there is a business opportunity here that where the company itself will help you to do the things or the bits of the business that you don't understand, whether that's the marketing aspect or whether that's the bringing customers or making sales or dealing with customer support or sending traffic to a site or building your website. All of these things are provided by this company. And every tool we'll ever need when we go online will be at some point provided by this company. So every single person that uses the internet will use this company of ONPASSIVE, because there are so many products that are needed out there. But the key to all of the products that are and will be released is that they are value for money, one, and two, far superior to what is available today. Let me give you an example. We've all heard of the other video conferencing platform, the main one that people have used during the pandemic. Most of them, the money that they made was during this. They have a security issue and they know about it, but they won't deal with it. But for 10,000 attendees, they charge $6,500 a month. We've had ours at 10,000 attendees for $125 a month, not 6,500. 125, and I think we'll all agree on here that we're all missing OConnect, as Peter mentioned, because it's currently being worked on. Get that, not a problem. It's nearly ready to go back out into the commercial marketplace, and that's great. But this business for me is so exciting because of the products, because of the ease and simplicity of me being able to share it with others so that others can then take advantage of it as well. So thank you, Comfort. Back to you.
Sure, thanks. Thank you, Andy. So over to you, Uncle Bob.
Yes, I think you asked us to just briefly comment to those who are joining us today, affiliates, or those who are just passing by. I will just say, remember that Mr. Ash or ONPASSIVE is a complete digital system that is working for you. That's the key. The system is designed to work for you, to do everything for you. You just need to understand a few things. You know, you don't need to know much. You don't need to do any marketing. You don't need to do anything. The system works for you. All you need to do is just have that belief and trust and loyalty to our founder, you know, because he is actually, like the other previous speakers have said, he's working for you. He's working for us. And he's going to over-deliver. He does that all the time. You know, that's just the key message that I will tell those who are coming through or passing by. And then just to let us know, so what do we think when the website comes back up? What do you imagine to see? What do you think? We are almost there, guys. So let's just have faith and believe and have trust and loyalty to our founder, Mr. Ash. Back to you.
All right, thank you. Over to you, Oliver.
Yes, just want to tell especially those who are out there, please, we have 3 free products. Come in, take a look, it will not fail you. This is one of the most biggest and latest and biggest AI technology company that is going to ravage the world with their 4 pillars. When you come in, you will know more better. And I advise all the new people who want to come in, go to the website. The website is there. Go to the blog at the website. You will know more about the company. You will know what it's going to do to you and your future, your generation to come. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Peter Rogers.
Thank you, Comfort. Yeah, I just want to say about, obviously, we are family here. You know, ONPASSIVE is a big family. And, you know, I'm obviously lucky enough to know these guys. They're all really positive and they've really helped me. They brought me out myself, like Marty was saying. Okay, but, you know, be careful of the dream stealers, because there are dream stealers out there. They will steal your dreams. Okay, stay focused, be positive, and, you know, mix yourself with the positive people around you. And it's great. And what I want to say about, obviously, the new people that's watching, okay, like Oliver's just said, you know, check this out. Go to the unpassive.com website and get all the right information. Educate yourself. Get knowledge of it. Education of ONPASSIVE is the knowledge of it. Okay, and if you can knowledge yourself about the products and all that, you'll understand the vast project that's, you know, with ONPASSIVE. It's massive. And so just check it out properly. It's great to be here. It's great to see so many people in the chat as well. And I'll pass it back to you, Comfort. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thanks, Pete. Thank you. So over to you, Brother Collins.
Me.
Oh. Yes.
So yeah, so what I would say is it's just for us, all the founders, affiliate, and those who join, it's just about belief, it's about trust, it's about patience. If we don't have these things, then it is really difficult. You know, we just have to trust the process, believe in what Mr. Ash Mufarah is doing and the dream, the vision, and just have patience. That is it. Comfort, that's how I edit. So thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much. And of course, last year, our own voice in the house, Mr. Robin, if you can now finally finalize it for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Comfort. Another incredible webinar. I hope people will share this. I hope people have benefited from the knowledge and the passion that the panelists on here have shown again today, because this is just a sampling of the people who are out there. You know, the fact that we've come together for this is wonderful, but there are so many other founders out there who are able to do this and share the truth, the real ONPASSIVE. You don't have to blow it up in different ways. You don't have to exaggerate. You don't have to lie about ONPASSIVE. The truth is there, and the facts are there, and it is amazing. There's a saying and a question that used to be a joke, but it actually made its way into the business world. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Well, if you take that analogy for ONPASSIVE, that is the size, not what it is, but it is the size of what ONPASSIVE is. So if you're coming into it and you've stepped away for a while, or you're looking at it for the first time and you say, this is too overwhelming, take it one bite at a time. Take it one section at a time, because you will find it interesting, especially if you are business owners, especially if you're interested in creating additional stream of income, especially if you're interested in helping mankind and humanity around the world. Over 1 million people felt the connectivity, felt something, and chose to join when it was possible to do this. And now the doors will be opening for customers and for affiliates very shortly, globally. So take it, you know, it's your choice, but come and take a look, because I think you will see that value, the integrity, the passion, and the level of products that you will be seeing will be quite special. And then you make your choices with what you have, what you're paying, etc. You make your own decisions, you make your own choices. But these are just some of the guidelines that we give and to help people. And remember, when things are falling apart, and that's in the world in general, that's not anything specific to either ONPASSIVE or anything that's going on in your own lives, but it can apply. When things are falling apart, they may actually be falling into place. We don't know what the new is, and we don't know. It's fear that prevents us from embracing the new, because we are so aware of what was or stuck in what is, that we are afraid to let go of that and venture into the future and venture into the new. The new is not always a scary thing. In many cases, it is an empowerment. It is something wonderful that is happening. Again, we have choices. Many people on the panel, many people in ONPASSIVE, many people in the world still believe in God and have faith. And faith can move mountains, but the doubt can also create those same mountains. So once again, it's choice. It also depends on how we're feeling that day in that moment and life circumstances of what's happening to us. But take it all into context, take it all into, as they say in some areas, under advisement. Look and see what's going on. Because the world can be a fearful place, but it can also be an absolutely magnificently beautiful place. You cannot change people. You cannot impose your beliefs, your desires, your wants on somebody else. You would drive yourself crazy trying. Just change how you deal with the situations that you're presented with. That's what we can manage. And if it's too much, you can always walk away from them. You can stay away. You don't have to keep going back to those same scenarios, those same situations. You get in what you give out. I believe in that completely. I also believe in gratitude, appreciation, love, and kindness. And I think that is something that everybody in ONPASSIVE, I would like to say everybody in the world could work on, but I would like to say that is something that attracted us into ONPASSIVE, as well as the business, the integrity of the CEO, and the vision and the mission of what can be accomplished. So please, let's look to ourselves first in how we deal with situations, and let's be the example, not only of what we want ONPASSIVE to show to the world and what our CEO is striving for, but really who we are inside. And maybe we've been broken down, maybe we've been trodden on, maybe we've been disappointed, disillusioned. There is still hope. Don't ever lose hope. And I truly believe that it is love that will overcome the world. It is love that will unite humanity. That is one of my fundamental core beliefs. And I do believe in gratitude. I do believe in being thankful. I do believe in appreciation. And I just thank you all so much for this amazing webinar. Take care and stay safe. Comfort, back to you.
Sure. Thanks so much, sis. So thank you once again, family, for making it happen today, in spite of the fact that we could not make it on our own. Connect. Guys, to our family members, and of course, thank you for joining us live. No Q&A today. If there's anything serious, and we can see if we'll organize something within the week. Otherwise, hopefully, All Connect gets back running, and then next week we will answer every question, trusting God. So, guys, thank you so much. Keep on sharing. Somebody share it private or with only with fellow affiliates. It's a public webinar. It's running live on YouTube, so you can share it to just anybody of interest. So thank you, guys, and see you again really soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.